PrizePicks.
Hello everyone, this is Mike with BetBlitz. Welcome back to your source for daily sports picks. Today's a new day and we're looking to set you up with some of the best picks on both PrizePicks as well as Underdog. Please take a moment to hit the like button. We do have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 125 likes, we will be dropping a bonus pick in our next video. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. Also, at the end of this video, let us know down in the comment section which of these picks you will be taking, as well as the ones you won't, or any other lines that you think have a great chance of hitting. And if the picks in this video aren't enough for you and you would like access to even more picks, click our link in the description below to gain access to Elite Picks DFS Discord. Right now, they are giving a free 7-day trial, and when you use code BLITZ, you'll receive 20% off your access to a Discord of elite analysts that provide detailed picks and analysis every single day. All right, let's get right into some of the best picks for today. For our first pick, we'll be headed over to the points plus rebounds. Again, this is in the WNBA section, and we'll be selecting Caitlin Clark for more than 25.5 points plus rebounds. Taking a quick look here on Outlier, and by the way, if you would like to try Outlier for yourself, use our link in the description below for a free 7-day trial. We see that Caitlin Clark has actually exceeded this line in 9 of her last 10 games. Additionally, Clark has exceeded this line in 65% of her last 20 games. Now, Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever will be facing off against an Atlanta Dream defense that hasn't been very good overall. Currently, they are pretty average when it comes to points allowed to their opponents, giving up pretty many points overall per game, as well as ranked near the bottom of the league in rebounds allowed to their opponents, giving up plenty of rebounds per game as well. And when it comes to defending opponent guards, the Dream are pretty much ranked even worse, giving up even more points as a rank, and are ranked just as bad when it comes to rebounds allowed to their opponents as opponent guards as well. So overall, Caitlin Clark should have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Taking a quick look here at our last few minutes and over our last 10 games, we see that Caitlin Clark is getting a solid dose of minutes. Her last 10 games averaging near 37 minutes per game. So Caitlin Clark should also have plenty of time to reach this line as well. Additionally, Clark has been shooting the ball pretty efficiently over her last 10 games, averaging 47% from the field. So she should also be very efficient when it comes to her scoring. Taking a quick look over her last few games, you see that Caitlin Clark has been a solid scorer as well as rebounder. She has no difficulty scoring in the high 20s, even low 30s at times. And she is an excellent rebounder, especially for her position. And we expect her consistency in both these categories to continue on into this game. So for all these reasons, again, we'll be taking Caitlin Clark for more than 25.5 points plus rebounds. For our next pick, we'll actually be headed over to the rebounds tab. And this time we'll be selecting Tina Charles for less than 9.5 rebounds. Now, taking a quick look here on Outlier, this pick may come as a bit of a surprise to some of you, as Tina Charles has actually fallen below this line in only 3 of her last 10 games. Additionally, Charles has actually only fallen below this line in 50% of her last 20 games. However, over her last 3 games versus Indiana Fever, Tina Charles has fallen below this line in 3 of those last 3 games. Additionally, Charles and the Atlanta Dream will be facing off against an Indiana Fever defense that is ranked near the middle of the league when it comes to rebounding and rebounds allowed to their opponents, not giving up too many rebounds per game. But when it comes to defending against rebounds allowed by opponent centers, the Fever are ranked in the top 2, not giving up very many rebounds, just an average of 9 rebounds per game to the position for the entire game. So overall, Tina Charles should not have plenty of opportunity to reach this line at all. Taking a closer look at her last few games, you see that Tina Charles is getting a solid dose of minutes, near 33 minutes over her last 10 games. This is slightly higher than we'd like to see it to be taking her under on this line. And Charles is a pretty decent rebounder, not spectacular for her position. However, with the Fever's defense, even all these minutes, she hasn't been able to exceed this line, again, in 3 of her last 3 matchups versus the Fever. And we expect this to continue on into this game as well. Taking a closer look at Charles' last few games, we see that she has been on a pretty hot run of rebounding. So we do expect the Fever to kind of key in on her defensively and try to push her off the glass, limit her rebounds. Again, they are one of the better teams in the WNBA, ranked top 2 in rebounds allowed to their opponent's centers, and we expect them to focus on her, on Tina Charles, and limit her rebounds. So for all these reasons, again, we'll be taking Tina Charles for less than 9.5 rebounds. Now, for those of you making picks with Underdog Fantasy, we don't have too many plays for you today, but one of the plays that did stand out to us was Caitlin Clark for higher than 0.5 double-doubles. She's been very good at reaching this line, and we also do want to remind you, too, that if you haven't already locked in this Dak Prescott 0.5 total yards, this free pick, you want to make sure that you go check this out. It's live right now. And if you aren't already on Underdog, you want to make sure that you go check them out, because right now, when you use code BETBLITZ, you'll receive a free pick in addition to all the other discounted player props and gifts that they are giving this week for the season opener of the NFL, as well as up to $1,000 in bonus cash. You want to make sure that you go give them a look. You will win big with Underdog. And before we get into our third pick, we want to share with you a sports betting tool that is going to take your game to the next level, and that's Daily Grind's Fantasy Optimizer. They are one of the most comprehensive sports betting tools available. And it's not just PrizePicks, it's not just Underdog. It'll actually show you line discrepancies across all the major sports betting books, such as FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, and much more. And when you check them out, you want to make sure that you use this feature right here. It can actually generate for you the best 6-pick, 5-pick, whatever amount of picks that you want to bet on PrizePicks. It'll generate the most correlated picks together and also tell you the odds of them hitting as well. And you also want to make sure that you check out this new AI slip generator. It is changing the game. You don't even have to think about anything. It'll just simply prop out for you the best AI generated slips that are most likely to hit on the platforms that you are betting on. So again, if you want to make sure that you're taking your game to the next level, click our link in the description below and use code BLITZ. Again, that's code BLITZ for 25% off all your orders. For our third pick, we'll actually be in the WNBA first half section, this time under the PRA tab, and we'll be selecting Aaliyah Boston for more than 13.5 first half PRA. Taking a quick look here on Outlier, we see that Aaliyah Boston has actually exceeded this line in 7 of her last 10 first halves. Additionally, Boston has exceeded this line in 65% of her last 20 first halves. And head-to-head versus the Atlanta Dream, Aaliyah Boston has actually exceeded this line in 5 of her last 7 matchups in the first half. Now, defensively, Aaliyah Boston and the Indiana Fever will be facing off against an Atlanta Dream defense that is average to below average when it comes to defending against opponent PRAs overall. And when it comes to defending against opponent forwards, the Dream are one of the worst defensive teams when it comes to defending against forward PRAs. So overall, Aaliyah Boston should have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Taking a quick look here at our last few games, you see that Aaliyah Boston is getting a solid dose of minutes in the first half, averaging 16 minutes in the half. This is right around where we'd like to see it to be taking her over on this line. So again, Aaliyah Boston should also have plenty of time to reach this line as well. Taking a closer look at our last few games, you see that Aaliyah Boston has been a pretty well-rounded player in all her PRA categories. She's a phenomenal rebounder for her position. She can score the basketball, not too much of a playmaker, but she does show the ability oftentimes to play make as well. And we expect her consistency to continue on into this game as well. So for all these reasons, again, we'll be taking Aaliyah Boston for more than 13.5 first half PRA. All right, these are our picks for today. And after we finish reviewing, let us know down in the comment section which of these picks you will be taking, as well as the ones you won't, or any other lines that you think have a great chance of hitting. So for our picks, we are taking Caitlin Clark for more than 25.5 points plus rebounds. We'll be taking Tina Charles for less than 9.5 rebounds. And finally, we'll be taking Aaliyah Boston for more than 13.5 first half PRA. Now, if the picks in this video aren't enough for you and you would like access to even more picks, again, click our link in the description below to gain access to Elite Picks DFS Discord, where they drop even more picks every single day through their detailed analysts. And right now, they are doing a free 7-day trial when you click our link in the description below. And you'll also receive an additional 20% off when you use code BLITZ. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks. Also, take a moment to hit the like button. We do have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 125 likes, we will be dropping a bonus pick in our next video. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.